Good Tuesday morning, Mount Olive Church family, friends. Everyone joins us online for our devotions. Hope everybody's having a great start to the week. As you watch this devotion this morning, I want to ask you to remember Mom. She's having surgery today on her back, and so we'll be at the hospital. Time you watch this, I guess she'll probably already be in there. So I ask you to remember her, pray for the doctors, the nurses, all those that's with her today, that God just guide their hands and the decisions they make. And just remember her for a speedy recovery, everything go good. So Tuesday's devotion, going back on the pastor's Mother's Day message that the Lord gave him Sunday. And as he used the woman whose daughter was vexed and possessed, and he talked about the parallels of the faith of this woman, and how that compares to our faith today. I want to talk about the first point that he talked about Sunday morning, and that being vision. I've got that on the screen here. He preached out of Matthew 15:22, or Matthew chapter 15. I'm going to use verse 22. It says, "And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil." So we know that I don't want to spend too much time on this part, but we know that as he got into the message Sunday morning, he talked about Jesus had crossed this line. He had crossed this line, and he went to a place where he wasn't supposed to be. She wasn't supposed to have access to him, and she knows that Jesus is on the way. She hears he's in town. And he's there. He's there for a reason. Kind of brings me back to the woman at the well, and it says he must needs go through Samaria in the Gospel of John. And it kind of brings me to this point too, and to think that this woman, he knew she was there. He knew the situation, and he placed himself there. But we know that she goes out here and talking about her faith, and she goes out to Jesus. And the first point he brought out with our faith, and it talked about having a great vision, and he actually talked about her having insight. And he brought out a point that as a mother, and I won't quote this right, and I don't have my note that I wrote it on, but he talked about how a mother sees what's best for us, and they know what's best for us, and they want the best for us. It was kind of something along those lines. And he said, no matter how old we get, our parents, our mother can still tell us what's best for us. And that's a good thing. That is a good thing. But he talked about she had great vision and she had great insight. And by that, he talked about that she had never seen Jesus with her natural eyes. She had never had access to this man. And by now, his story is spreading, and it's all over the land of who this man is and what he's doing. And he talked about that she was a dog. They were the outcasts. They wasn't supposed to have any contact with Jesus. And as he showed up on the scene, he mentioned that she'd never seen him with her natural eyes, but she had eyes of faith. I love that comment. I love that point Sunday morning. She had eyes of faith. She knew if she could get to Jesus, that he could heal her daughter. And so I want to talk about the vision of our faith here, just one quick second. And I had this quote. I went back in one of my other slideshows. I'll get it out here in a minute. PowerPoint. I went back in one of my other PowerPoints, and I found this quote that I'd used a few years ago. And it says, "Wearing religious glasses, you will see God dimly." And by that, she didn't have on a set of religious glasses. She seen Jesus for who he was, and her faith was rested in what he could do. Sometimes I think as Christians, we take on the religious glasses. We look at everything through religious eyes. And it's not about religion. It's about relationship. And she knew if she could have that relationship, that time with him, and her faith and what it could do for her daughter. That is where we have to be as Christians. A lot of times we're going around and we just wear the religious glasses. And with that, we don't see the full insight of Jesus. we don't understand the full context of exactly what he can do. So that's my devotion today. I know that was a little bit, may have been a little bit confusing. I almost think I confused myself trying to teach it, but I hope that you got the point there. You know, have some insight, have some vision for what Christ wants you to do. He is good to us. He is merciful to us. And we see that with this woman because of her faith. Have some faith today. Let your vision bring your faith, and let your faith have vision. If it doesn't, it's not going to last. It's not going to survive, and it's going to struggle. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all have a great week. I love each and every one of you. Remember, pray for me, and I'll pray for you. God bless.